So Marjorie Taylor Greene went on 60 Minutes and spoke to Leslie Stahl. And it was not a very good segment. It got dragged. You know, the general takeaway is like, it was sort of, I don't know if they were attempting to humanize her, but the end result is that to some people, they may have humanized her. They sort of glossed over the worst things about her and the insane extremism, the fact that she was all in on QAnon garbage for a long time, the whole Jewish space lasers thing. I mean, it just wasn't a good look. It's fine with interviewing somebody if you're going to hold them accountable, but when you're dealing with somebody like Marjorie Taylor Greene, who has such a track record of being so terrible, to not make that the thrust of the interview is just sad. Okay, so anyway, they could have had her on, but just be more aggressive, hold her more accountable. And one of the things she said in the interview is Democrats are the party of pedophiles. And I believe Leslie Stahl's reaction was like, wow. Or like, can we stop with the name calling? There was no real rebuttal to it. And again, this is the problem that people had. So she sees the backlash to this. She comes out and she goes, I'll say it again. Democrats are the party of pedophiles. And then I'll play this video for you. The Predator President. Let's watch.
I'm sorry it takes so long, guys, but everyone knows I like kids better than people.
How are you, baby? How are you, baby?
Well, I want to stay. Can I stay?
I don't want to go.
Kids used to come up and reach in and pull and rub my leg down, and I've loved kids jumping on my lap.
Can I get a phone number for you and I can tell you what I used to do? It's going to change, honey. I promise you. Hey, Mia, how old are you?
You're beautiful. Just remember, no dates till you're 30. We go back a long way. She was 12, I was 30, but anyway.
So here, once again, are the words from Ashley Biden's diary. Showers with my dad, probably not appropriate.
Not only in words, but in actions. Actions for you, for your children, for your grandchildren, for America. And we're committed to advancing transgender equality. No boys and girls. You need to be arrested!
Stop cutting us off!
In the classroom, on the playing field.
Identities don't play sports.
Everywhere. Simply everywhere.
Protect our children or get out of the way.
I give you my word as a Biden, I've never been more optimistic about America's future. These are not somebody else's children. They're all our children.
I love how she moved from like Biden being uncomfortably handsy with people and kids. She went from that to like Biden saying some mildly pro-trans things and acted like outrageous. Okay, so remember, she's putting her best foot forward with this in terms of like trying to make the argument that Democrats are the party of pedophilia. Like, this is the best that she could find. And look, I'm willing to admit, yeah, Biden's always been too handsy. Remember, we had the nickname for him in the last election. It was Handsy Uncle Joseph. And we had pictures of him with these giant hands because he's way too handsy. And that's a real issue. And so I'm willing to admit that. But is she going over the top to insinuate beyond that and say, like, basically just flat out calling him a pedophile? I mean, that's obviously a colossal reach. Now, this did not go well for her, though, because in the replies, it was a bloodbath. So Brian Tyler Cohen said, this is Anton Lazaro, a prominent Republican strategist and campaign manager. He was just convicted on 7 counts of underage sex trafficking, paying teenage girls for sex. This story just came out. And then, of course, you have a picture of Trump here with him, Mike Pence, Lindsey Graham, Marco Rubio, Tucker Carlson. So a literal pedophile groomer story just came out. Republican pedophile groomer. It came out like this week, and she's out, the Democrats are the party of pedophiles. And then we have more. So I think we've played this video before, but here are just some of the yikesy type things coming from the right.
There are now 5 former Ohio State wrestlers accusing Republican Congressman Jim Jordan of knowing about a team doctor's alleged sexual misconduct.
43 men who say they were sexually assaulted, abused, molested.
The Republican National Committee was just sentenced to 12 years in prison for possession of child porn. He also told people in this group that his preference was for babies and saying that they were his, quote, absolute favorite and solicited another member of the group for videos of babies being raped.
George Nader. His criminal history included multiple convictions for child pornography and child molestation.
This morning, a judge sentenced Ralph Shorty to 15 years in prison. Police caught Shorty in a hotel room with a then 17-year-old boy.
The new charges against Joel Greenberg.
Sex trafficking of a minor and stalking a political opponent.
Florida Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz allegedly having a sexual relationship with a 17-year-old girl.
Investigators examining whether he, quote, violated federal sex trafficking laws.
To all of a sudden act like this phenomenon of girls getting pregnant at a young age that we consider young, 16 or 17, to act like it's a new thing is ridiculous. Girls between the ages of like 17 and 24 is when they're technically most fertile.
Yiannopoulos arguing sexual relationships between 13-year-old boys and men in their 20s could be consensual.
Some of those relationships between younger boys and older men, the sort of coming-of-age relationships, the relationships in which those older men help those young boys to discover who they are.
Back in 2004, Lauren Boebert's husband, Jason Boebert, was arrested for indecent exposure because he decided to reveal his penis to waitresses. Turned out one of the waitresses was 17.
33-year-old reality TV star Josh Duggar is in serious trouble, charged with receiving and possessing child pornography. Duggar was taken into federal custody, accused of downloading child sexual abuse material online showing children under the age of 12.
3 women accused a Tennessee state representative of abusing them when they were teenagers, and he was their high school basketball coach. Not only did the Republican stay in office, he was reelected, and he was just named chairman of a key state House education subcommittee.
State representatives in Tennessee have been working on a bill that's obviously a Republican-dominated legislature. The House version of the bill, as it was introduced, didn't include an age minimum. Yeah, it means it could pave the way to legalize child marriage, like child brides.
Congressman Rose's engagement announcement. No, that is not his daughter. They reportedly met while she was in high school. He was about 42.
Tucker's talking about former cult leader Warren Jeffs, who was convicted of sexually assaulting minors.
Well, actually, he's not in prison for that. Warren Jeffs didn't marry underage girls.
No, he's in prison for facilitation of child rape.
Whatever the hell that means, the rapist in this case has made a lifelong commitment to live and take care of the person. So it is a little different.
A man running for a college district's governing board arrested for masturbating on a campus. A Maricopa County College police officer found Randy Kaufman with his pants down, masturbating in his truck at 4:30 in the afternoon in the Rio Salado College campus. The parking lot just feet away from a preschool and child care center where kids were outside playing.
All right, no mas. It goes on. Another example, right underneath, somebody points this out. Dennis Hastert. Prominent Republican, massive pedo. The list goes on and on. Another one that I don't know if anybody underneath tweeted a picture of it, but I saw a quote tweet with it. You have Trump was buddy with Jeffrey Epstein. He used to party with Jeffrey Epstein. He's on Jeffrey Epstein's list. So, look, here's the bottom line. Marjorie Taylor Greene is a colossal partisan hack. That's what she is. And so she's not honest with you. I'm not out here making the argument that, like, Republicans are the party of pedophilia. I'm not making that argument. I'm saying, look, there happens to be, pedophiles, and that's terrible and bad and wrong, and there shouldn't be, and all that stuff. But they exist on the Democratic side, on the Republican side. They exist apolitically. I mean, I will make this point, though, that it is true that it is the Republicans who, we covered the story the other day. They're fighting to continue to allow child marriage, have no minimum age for marriage in certain states. So to the extent that anybody institutionally is fighting to allow this stuff to occur, it is Republicans, right? But you're going to have people who have massive issues everywhere on the political spectrum. But she can't help herself. She's such a hack. She has to make it, this, I'll say it again, Democrats are the party of pedophiles. When there's so much evidence of, you got the colossal hypocrite. There's plenty of people on the right who are guilty of that sort of stuff. So it's just, God, it's so pathetic. She's such a loser. again, what amazes me is she's so unintelligent. She doesn't even try. Like what you're familiar with? None of those cases of Republicans who were pedophiles. None of them. Or maybe she knows and she's just lying because that's what she does. She's a liar who lies repeatedly. But either way, there you have it. Hey, how'd that 60-minute segment go? What was the desired impact of that? What did it lead to? Did you, did it work? Is she more moderate now? Is that what's happening? Certainly doesn't look like it. All right, guys, that's the show. Thank you for listening, as always, to my dumbass babble on a regular basis. I truly appreciate it. Everybody like the video, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, that's all I got for you today, man. You can support the show on Patreon, link in the video description box below. Everybody have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon. Ever since Adpocalypse, when YouTube defunded all independent news and politics overnight, we haven't trusted them. We know they can pull the rug out from underneath us at any time. If you enjoy this content, please consider tipping $1 or $2 per month on the Secular Talk Patreon. Link in the video description box below. Thanks for your support.